Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. We will be talking about, what is it called? What is this thing? The topic. Yes.
Oh, we are looking at it's a very serious topic: drugs and substances. Mombasa, especially.
No, not that one. You.
In short, we are talking about something that people.
Trago, yes. Trago to suppress. That is what.
Can't you just let me finish that? I was supposed to say people are struggling with drugs and substances. God, let's just go to the video. I think, therefore, I am. Welcome to 1320.
Great job. Great start. I'm Juliet. This is Romeo. Welcome to 1320. We're just messing, you guys.
This is good.
What's your name again?
I thought say my name is. Call me Hitler.
No,
Ralph
don't
von
call
Hitler.
him. Don't call him that.
Ralph von Hitler.
Don't call him that.
And this here is I don't know.
Pick wisely.
Well, Sarah Dici. She's not.
I'm
German.
someone. That's all that matters.
But if you're watching this episode and you've watched like at least the last two, you already know who she is by now.
Yeah, and you know who he is as
and
well.
you already know what she's here to do.
And you know what he's here to do.
No, you don't.
I'm here to eat. He's here to entertain you. So, welcome to 1320. Today, what are we talking about? What have we been talking about? We've been talking about from to. If you're confused about that phrasing, I'm sorry. Hopefully, the person that's editing the video will put on the screen from dash to dash. That's what I meant.
From me to you.
Exactly. So we could say we've done from.
Wait.
Fear.
Main topic.
Yeah, we've done from fear to faith.
Main
Then-
topic.
Okay.
Taking a leap.
Yeah, the main topic is taking a leap. I'm so sorry, guys. I get sidetracked. So the main topic is taking a leap. And so we've done from fear to faith. This is where you help me.
From fear to faith.
Then the next one
From
was
hurting to healing.
Then we go. Then the next one.
And today.
Yes.
Today.
I thought there was another one before today, but yes, today.
We are going to look. My back hurts.
He's an old man, guys.
From struggling to surplus.
Yeah.
I hope you get the joke as well.
Yeah.
The back.
So
struggling.
from struggling to surplus, from. I'm trying to think of other ways to say it.
Yeah, struggling to surplus. That's it.
Yeah.
And thank you for watching 1320. Okay, I'm just kidding.
We had a great time. Hope you have a great weekend. God be with you. Bless y'all. Bye.
Peace. Anyway, now to get into this topic, it's something very, and I mean very. If I said this in any of the previous videos, I am sorry, because nothing trumps it like this. By Trump, I don't mean Trump. I mean
we know.
Yeah.
We know.
nothing trumps it like this. It's very relatable.
Wow, guys, he said the R word. It's relatable.
And trust me, saying relatable after doing the Japanese accent was really hard. Whew. It's very relatable.
Good job.
Because everybody at 1 or 2 or 7 points in life have gone through this. And this is now the struggle that I'll have to deal with.
I'm so sorry.
But then it's something tiny. I can even forget it's there.
Yeah. When you look down, I think it's an insect.
Oh. Anyway, we've all had struggles in our life.
Yeah.
In very many different ways. Could be physically, could be mentally, emotionally, psychologically, all the other alleys that are there. Spiritually, socially, all the alleys.
Monetarily.
Not Muhammad Ali though.
I said momentarily. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, momentarily. I thought momentarily was like an adjective.
Not. Oh, I meant to say monetarily, like money.
Oh yeah, money wise. Oh, financially.
Oh, financially. That's the one.
We've all been.
Sorry.
We've all been or are going through some of those things in life right now, especially after everything changed because Ling Ling ate a bat. Everything
Guys,
changed,
guys.
and the world shut down. Like, and from that we have, well, I can't really like blame this situation, but we can say it has played a role in this, because most people,
Because people are suffering.
yeah, people
So,
lost their jobs,
yeah.
people lost their
Some
loved
people have
ones.
some people have lost loved ones.
it's
Some people have
it's
had to
tough.
move.
Mhm. some
Like you
people
lived somewhere, now you live somewhere
some
else.
people have the choice of not moving because, well,
And they do.
okay, most of them don't. Those good ones like me, we don't move where we are
Don't go
told.
anywhere.
We don't move where we are told
Mm-hmm.
not to move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, that.
That one. They
That
didn't hear
one.
you.
Mm. Oh, we don't move where we are told
Not
not
to
to
move.
move.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because some countries have literally shut down their international airlines. 'Cause
Everything.
let's say you want to go to, let's say you had gone for a trip in, like somewhere during the November, December holidays,
You're not going back home.
and you wanted to come back home in around Easter time. Then you know what happened. You
What
know what
kind of
happened.
person has money like that? They leave in December and they come back in Easter.
Uh, let's say you have family in another country, then
Oh, then that makes sense.
yeah.
I was about to. Ooh, that's money.
That's moolah.
That's money.
I wanted to say that, but I was afraid it would sound cringe. But anyway, I can say it and not feel that bad. Anyway, Sarah, take it over from here. From everybody struggling and we get it.
Yeah.
Then Sarah.
Everybody's struggling. I get it. Um. So a lot of the things that people are struggling with right now are, what, money? Cost of living has gone up. Everything has gone up, genuinely. There was a weird point in time where petrol went down,
That's good.
and then they were just like, no, we're still gonna make a lot of money off of you, so they raised the price again, which is wonderful.
And that's bad.
But everything has gone up, and yeah, existing is just becoming really difficult, genuinely. There's a mother. Hey.
Did somebody forget?
It doesn't matter whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. It doesn't matter whether your country is in like tier 2 or tier 3. Like, everybody's really struggling right now. And obviously there are people who've done. There's always exceptions to the rule. There are people that have done really well, but a lot of people, even the people who might be doing well right now, totally understand when someone says that quarantine like has changed my life, or I really struggled during quarantine. Like, a lot of people felt that, especially when it comes to like mental health. A lot of people were not and are kind of still not doing well mentally, especially with being trapped inside. Especially if you're someone that thrives off of being around people. I am somebody like that, genuinely. I'm really happy that quarantine allowed me to be able to be comfortable being by myself. That's something I'm really grateful for. But I know that I prefer to, like, not I prefer, but I work better as a person. I thrive better in my life if I have people that I'm seeing, if I have places I'm going. Like, that just helps me to live a more fulfilled life personally for me. And so there are a lot of people like me that really suffered during quarantine, because there are people that were living. Can you imagine the people that were living alone during quarantine? Like, oh, I'm so sorry. If you're someone like me and you're living alone during quarantine, I'm terribly sorry. Then, of course, there's people that were in households that are not conducive in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, it's just been really, really hard. And for, I think, how it's affected, I would say us and people younger than us, would be, first of all, the rise of TikTok. Lord help us. We didn't need another social media app, guys, but way to go. But especially with like the rise of TikTok, we've seen a lot of, I personally have seen a lot more conversation about how insecure everybody is, with their body, or with their life, or with their everything. I've just seen everybody be insecure about everything. People are insecure about their looks, and it's just like there's so, I don't know if this happens to you, but there's so many times when I'm watching a video, someone is like, "Oh, I'm not even that pretty," and I look at them and I'm like,
What?
"Excuse me, what? Excuse me, huh?" If I had even half, okay, now see, I'm doing the thing that I'm doing the thing that I just criticize people for doing, but it's this thing where just existing as a human being is almost no longer enough. You have to fit into a perfect like aesthetic on Instagram, and TikTok, like all these places. You have to have a particular aesthetic, whether that's dark academia. I don't know whether you know what dark academia, which is basically like Hogwarts.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's dark academia, yeah. And then you have the like pastel pink Sailor Moon aesthetic, and then you like there's so many different aesthetics, and so you're told you have to fit into one aesthetic, and you have to do this and you have to do that, and everybody fits on one side of the internet. I'm sure we've all had that, like, you know, there's black Twitter, and like, you know what I mean, and even in black Twitter there's like goth black Twitter, and there's this black Twitter, and like you have to fit into one of those places, and if you don't, then there's something wrong with you. And I just think it's taken away from who we are as human beings. I've realized that I've talked and you haven't said anything for like 5 minutes, but I'm gonna finish my train of thought and then you're gonna pick it up. But I realized that that's taken away from who we are as human beings. We've let um influencers and models with surgical changes done to their faces and to their body determine how we see ourselves and how we see beauty. We've allowed companies to tell us that if you don't buy this dress, or if you don't have that book, or if you don't do this thing, then you're not living a good life. We've just nice. We've just allowed social media to determine everything about us and our personalities, what we do, where we go, who we're friends with. I've seen people talking about other people's relationships, and I'm just like, did they ask you? Did they ask for your advice? Are you their friend? Like, do you know actually what's going on in their life, or did you just see one video and decide, yeah, this is your situation and I think you need help, you know? So yeah, for me, that's something I think we're really, really struggling with, is just self-identity, self-worth, and security in who we are. I'm done talking. My train of thought has literally ended right there. I haven't even arrived at the station, but the train of thought has ended there. Thank you. Thank you.
I couldn't have said it better, any better,
It's better.
I couldn't have said it better. I have to consult with Madam Thornton from Scunthorpe, England. Yes, you see.
That sounds posh.
You see people like us from
Australia.
from
Australia.
I'm Shomoroni. we need help. But whatever she was saying, it actually makes sense, because let's face it, we are no longer.
Told me it didn't make sense.
We are no longer teenagers.
Right.
We are screenagers.
That doesn't.
It does make sense. We like spend most of the time on our phones, laptops, TVs, like basically.
Screenagers. High five. Oh, good.
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to put that thing close to my eye.
Yeah, no, that's what I did. I was like trying to there we go.
Anyway, we like to take the impossible things to us and force ourselves to achieve. Let's say somebody like, for those guys who are working out in there, there's TRT, like there's this thing where you take.
TRT?
It's like steroids, but in a polite way of saying
it.
It's like an anabolic thing,
so it's
where
like baby steroids.
Yeah, like you take to boost your gains, bro. Then you see somebody on the internet, you don't know he's undergoing that medical thing, and you just see him that way, then you're like, manze ningekuwa namulika yule. Then you force yourself. You don't see any change in like a week or two, and you feel depressed. That's a struggle.
Yep.
I have to tell you this, because trust me, I have seen people breaking down because they don't look like somebody else. I mean, you don't, first of all, your face and that person's face is not the same. So
Your body and their body.
it will definitely not be the same, because as much as we are human and we are, well,
Made in the image of God.
yeah, we are all different. And another thing is trying to force a life of which he sasa ni self struggle sasa. You don't really have to, but because you chose to, you are now like suffering for it.
Yep.
In a self struggle. There is three types of struggle.
Number one.
There is one, the one that you cannot avoid, the one that comes like because of the surrounding. Number two is the one that is inflicted by others. Number three is the one inflicted by yourself. I did not plan to say this in Mekuja too as I was speaking.
Number four.
This is number four.
You said four.
I said three.
You said three?
I said three.
I thought you said four.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Fantastic Four. Okay, this
Nope,
is eight.
stop.
Anyway, the one that we inflict on ourselves is the one that like our generation is mostly going through. Because okay, I can't say that the surrounding is not influencing our behavior. It is, but mostly it's us. Because let's say your neighbor has something like something cool. Okay, is cool a word in this generation?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Say your neighbor has something cool, and you
Like a slide in their house.
okay, something that screenagers can enjoy.
Mm.
PS5.
I was gonna say that.
Your neighbor has a PS5. Check if you have a neighbor has a PS5. Check it. Just comment in the description. I also need to go and play. Anyway, and you're like, boy, that guy has a PS5. Me niko na PS2. You remember the struggle of PS2? Naeka CD, ikiturn red, like the screen ikiturn red. Unajua utacheza hiyo game. The struggle is real. Anyway, your friend has a PS5. You don't, and you're like, I wish I had that. Then your I wish I had that turns into, why don't I have it? Am I not good enough? What is wrong with me? Mbona yako nayo? We are friends, we like go to the same school, we hang out, but
we live in the same building, so
yeah, and what's the difference?
Yeah.
Like, kwani there's something wrong with me? Am I cursed? Where you am I cursed? Nishaisikia mara nyingi. But you see, that's a problem that people go through, but you don't have to, because, well, it's them, and you're you.
Another thing also, sorry, you're talking, but another thing to add on to the train of thought that you go down, then you begin to think, I can't be happy until I have the PS5, or my life can't be okay until I have the PS5.
True.
You can keep talking now.
Okay, and let me just go to the other branch of suffering.
Right.
Other branch of suffering. The one that is inflicted by the surrounding. Let me combine the surrounding and others. Let's say in your wherever you are, let's say it's sunny, there is drought, or like you can't plant crops and harvest because the sun is just descending on you mercilessly, thundering you as if you did something wrong to it. Hey, I'm saying this from personal experience. Mimi nimeketi kwa nyumba nikasweat mpaka nikajisikia samaki. Anyway, your surrounding affects you in a way. Then the like exterior, like other people sasa, also affect you, because let's say somebody is expecting you to do something, then you don't go as per that expectation. Then the person will be like, let's say, especially if there is a comparison between you and somebody else. Let's say you have a friend of yours who has done exam or something, afa kapita. Then you hujapita. Then somebody's like, kumbe hata you can't be like that, your friend. Like,
especially when it comes from an authoritative figure like a teacher or a parent.
Like, why can't you be like somebody and somebody?
Yeah.
So you feel like, if I am not like that guy, I am nothing. And sometimes it's like a compulsion for us to be like, oh, you have devoted your life to beat that person, not as in physically, as in to beat that person. If that guy will get a 90 in math, of which if that guy does heko, you'll get a 95 or 97. Pite mpaka mwenyewe aseme we ni kubaya. But then there's also another twist to that. You know, there is where people expect you to do something, but then people expect you to do something on somebody else's behalf. Let's say in your family,
Yeah.
your elder
My
brother or
family.
sister.
I don't have an elder brother or sister.
I'm giving an example.
Yeah.
Like they did something and couldn't make it,
Mm.
but then now the pressure is all on you, so that you make it past where they went. And yeah, it also causes us to feel like there's a lot of pressure within us, because every time you do something, you're like, I don't want to turn out like somebody, because then now there's that reminder. Somebody always reminding you, like, there's something you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Although it's not like you can do it or it's possible for you at the moment, but then there's that pressure of somebody reminding you, like, hey, you're supposed to get a 19 math.
Yeah.
Get a 19 math.
Yeah.
Don't be like your cousin who got a 62, of which 62, trust me, in high school, that is something. That is something. 844, that is something. Anyway, this reminds me of a story. It's story time. From the book of Kings. I can't tell if it's first or second. I think it's second. Second Kings, or first, or somewhere
Just
between
Kings.
Kings.
Just Kings.
You know where the book of Kings is?
Yeah.
The
Books of Kings.
The books of Kings. And we are going to read a particular story where somebody faced pressure, not like on their own accord. It's through somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's Second Kings. Second Kings 4:1-7, and it says, the wife of a man from the company of the prophets cried out to Elisha. Company of prophets. Prophets had a company. Prophets and co. Anyway, your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that he revered the Lord. But now his creditor is coming to take my 2 boys as his slaves. So it wasn't the wife who took the loan or had the debt, but it was the husband. But now she has to pay.
But what is mine is yours, and what is yours is mine. So
what is mine is
technically
yours,
it's her debt as well.
What is yours is mine, and what is mine is mine.
Yours. No.
21st century check, you are all independent. Anyway, Elisha replied to her, how can I help you? Which is very funny.
Why?
She has already told her the problem, then Elisha...
Yeah, he told her the problem.
Okay, how can I help you?
Yeah, she told him the problem. But that's the thing, even with... I'm so sorry for this tangent, that is completely unnecessary. But even with the... You've never been taught in Sunday school and stuff, regardless of... God knows everything, yes, but he still wants you to tell him what you want. Yeah.
It's like the guy at that pool of Siloam. Then Jesus went
yeah.
And
is that
what do you want me to do for
you?
Then, you can already see I'm here.
My guy.
I've been here for 38 years.
Exactly.
38 years.
So, yeah, so I think that's that. Sorry
so
for the tangent.
How can I help you? Tell me, what do you have in your house? I have a cat, I have a dog, I have a donkey. The servant has nothing there at all. Nikubaya. That's a jar of olive oil. Let's pretend that this is a jar of olive oil, and this is the olive oil here. Actually, I'm not going to take my drink for this example.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is jar of olive oil.
Then Elisha said, go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few.
Right.
Take all of them. Okay. Elijah didn't say take all of them, but just meant bill. Anyway,
empty jar.
Okay, that's not what I meant when I said I'm not touching mine.
I need it. Oh, sorry.
Anyway, then go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour the oil into all the jars. Ooh, that's new.
Can I get something to pour the oil into the jars, please?
She will be right back.
After these short messages.
TV Tanzania. Tunawaletea filamu mpya ya Kitanzania. I'm waiting for you to pour something into your jar.
Okay, well now I have it, so we can continue.
Okay, yeah.
So she poured into her jar, yeah?
And
that's such a weird sound. What? It's not the sound that oil makes. But
please, Minute Maid, if you see
also
her anywhere, check
please
it.
Sponsor
hire her, cause this is like advertising.
Please, yes. In case anybody was wondering, this is what I drink on the show. Minute Maid mango. Thank you.
You don't want to not a drink. This is actually an energy drink fused with jojoba oil.
It's quite something. His drink is quite something. You don't.
You don't want to know.
Anyway, so she filled the jar.
and put it onto one side. Sorry,
Okay,
never
so we
getting
have to
this.
put it
You're
there
never
with the
getting
other
this
jar
back here.
that's full.
Pour oil into all the jars, and
Right.
as each is flipped on one side, she left him and shut the door behind her and her sons.
Right.
They brought the jars to her, and she kept pouring. When all the jars were full, let's imagine that
They're
also
full.
mine is full.
Yes.
She said to her son, "Bring me another one, another one." But he replied, "There's not a jar left." Then the oil stopped flowing. Where's
Wow.
this?
Yeah, the oil stopped flowing.
Stopped
As you
flowing.
can see, it's done.
Let's
It's not
just pretend
flowing
that
anymore.
this was the last one.
Yeah.
That's like there are very many.
So they're like, yeah.
tens of tens.
Tens of tens.
She
That's like
went-
someone saying hundreds of hundreds.
She went and I was supposed to say 11 T, 100, but anyway, it doesn't make sense. She went and told the man of God, and he said, "Go sell the oil and pay your debts." So, we're going to sell
No, I thought you were gonna sell to me. I was so ready to receive both.
this. You are the woman who is pouring the oil. Why should I sell
Okay,
it
so
back
now
to
I've sold it to you.
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I've sold the oil to him. Don't you
you?
dare.
She will hate
I
you
will.
forever.
I will not talk to him.
You and your sons can live on what is left. So she sold.
Yeah, I
She
can.
got-
Look, this is what's left, and I can live on it.
She got the money, and she had something left.
Yep. This.
Of which that brings us to the topic, from suffering to surplus. Okay, sorry, I can stop saying that.
I'm done.
This woman had struggles financially in this case, because
And emotionally, her husband died.
okay, and emotionally also.
And like back then, they were no, actually no. But like I'm sure he was the primary caregiver.
Mhm.
So.
Because if he had the say of let's
Yeah.
go and take a loan, so yeah.
I also assumed that they loved each other.
Mm.
So that must have also been really hard.
Yeah. So Elisha told the woman to go and take jars and fill them with oil, shut the door behind her and all that. Anyway, she had to do some things that were very mundane, if I should say. Hey, where? English is growing on me. I am getting some help from Scunthorpe. I could say
Sure.
Millwall, but you don't know those places.
Sure.
Oxford, you know. Sheffield.
Sheffield.
We were there, Sarah and I,
Posh
like
places, but
on Tuesday.
Mm.
She had to do things that were very, very weird.
Yeah.
'Cause
And demeaning almost.
yeah, because let's think of it this way: you have nothing,
Yeah.
and you're going to ask.
A prophet that doesn't make any money for himself.
The prophet is like doing the work of God, like,
Yeah.
yo, go to this place. Okay, God doesn't say yo, but go to this place and do
How
this.
do
and
you
this
know
and-
God doesn't say you?
Does God say you?
Answer in the comments down below. Does God say you? Do you think God says you?
Anyway, this is what happens. She went to the neighbors and asked for jars, of which doesn't make sense. You have nothing. Why are you asking for jars?
Jars.
Well, you want to fill them with air and,
container.
and sell the air or something. You want to enslave oxygen.
Have you ever seen people selling air from concerts? People do that.
That sounds like a good gig anyway.
People would take a plastic bag to a concert and then
Fill it
take
with
a
air
tie
and
and then go sell it.
That's good. Then when you like pop it, then
The vibes. The vibes.
and you feel the vibration of the music through the air. This is awesome. That's amazing. I
Anyway,
will do that one
yes.
time. Okay.
So, she's
So-
picked jazz.
Yeah, it was uncomfortable for her to ask of
Yeah.
jazz because she has nothing. It was awkward explaining to those neighbors why she needed the jazz. Because like,
she didn't have a reason.
I need this jazz. I'm going to fill them with oil. Like,
Okay, where are you getting the oil from?
where you get what oil? I know you. Yesterday you asked for bread. Leo nataka kujaza oil kwa mtungi yangu ya 20 liters. Okay, anyway, it was challenging to even believe that that little oil that she had could fill all those, because it doesn't make sense in like a physical perspective. Let's say Sarah hadn't filled this jar of hers. And you remember the kadogo that she had? Remember that kadogo that she had fills this one, fills this one, fills this, fills that, fills that, fills that, fills that, fills that, and also the one that you're holding right now in your hand. It also fills that. It doesn't make sense because it's hard to believe that something that small could actually
have that big an impact.
And that's something that she had to, like, I can't say persevere. She had to believe in and do it regardless.
Yes, do it regardless.
Bianca, I miss you and your word regardless.
Yeah, Bianca.
She had to do it regardless.
Come visit.
Yeah, and in as weird as it was, she did it, of
Yes,
which
she
that's
did.
like taking a very huge leap. And that is point number 1.
Taking a leap of faith. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Okay, that wasn't really point number 1. But point number 1 is seeking God.
But that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, but seek
Am I not?
God.
Have I forgot? No, it's taking a leap, right?
Yeah, that's the topic. Seek God. That is point number 1. Because if she didn't go to the prophet, she wouldn't have gotten the solution.
Yep.
If she said, okay, I'm done for. These guys are coming to take my sons. Anyway, they can go and walk off. I live, how do they call themselves? Independent moms. Independent single moms. I live as an independent single mom without children. Because my children will be working as slaves, but then they'll build muscles and come and protect me at one time. Okay, she didn't really think of it that way. But she had to first go to the prophet, of which that was something also. Because of all people she could go to, she couldn't go to complain to, let's say if she had a sister, she could go and complain to her sister or her dad or somebody, but then she went to the prophet of God. That means that she expected something from, like a solution or just something that would help. That is point number 1. Point number 2, is there another point number 2?
With point number 1 and seeking God, that now comes into play with everything we're talking about before that we struggle with. And so when it comes to your self-image, your self-esteem, your self-worth, you're not looking for that on Instagram or on TikTok or YouTube or wherever. You're looking for that in
Is
God.
Vine still a thing?
Vine died. Then they tried to bring it back and everybody was like, no thank you. So anyway, yes. And then when it comes to even defining yourself, by the way, it is perfectly fine to pick an aesthetic and live in that aesthetic and enjoy yourself and buy clothes in that aesthetic and everything. But make sure that it truly is a part of who you are and it's coming from here. Not because you saw somebody that you like doing it or not because you want to fit in anywhere, but it's because it's genuinely something that makes you happy. Because that's what clothes and fashion, hair, makeup and all those things are for. Like, yeah, they're art, but they're also a means to an end.
Yes, also my fellow car enthusiasts. Kisa na maana, everybody around you has a Subi. By Subi I mean Subaru. And you love Mitsubishi, that doesn't mean that you're any less of a person.
Yeah.
Love your Mitsubishi.
Love
kama
it.
ni cold.
Take care of it.
Yes.
Clean it, buff, sparkle, shine. Oh, I don't know what the terminology is. But yeah, so that's with point number 1 as to what we were discussing earlier. Seek God.
Point number 2. Step out in the obedience of God. Like after you have sought him, it's sought, right?
Yes, sir.
After you have sought him and you have found, let's say, the solution, then whatever he tells you, of which mostly it's an act of faith for you to actually do it, step out in the obedience. Know that, okay, God has said this, and if he says this, that's what I'll do, no matter how weird it is.
Jesus says, I'm so sorry.
No matter how weird it is. Like her, she had to tell her neighbors, like, I need jars, all of your jars, give me, right now. Yeah, which was very weird, and her neighbors are like,
would you have given her a jar?
You poor woman want a jar.
Oh my God.
Why do you want my jar? What are you going to do?
Because,
Eat it?
sir, I'm poor. I need a jar, please.
You will touch it with your filthy hands and feel your filthy things inside my jar. I use this jar for the finest wine in all of England, I mean Israel.
My hands are not that filthy, sir, please.
Oh,
I'm
peasant,
poor.
don't tell me. Huh. Pish posh. Anyway, I'm trying to imagine what those neighbors would say.
The fact that you ended it with pish posh. As if that's just how people end sentences. Pish posh.
Anyway, it was a very weird thing to do because you have nothing. You're going to ask for jars. You have nothing, absurd.
It's like going to ask for containers for sugar when you have like 1 spoonful of sugar.
Or it's like you going to ask for thermoses and you can only like fill a half a cup of tea and you're asking for a lot of thermoses. Like, oh, thermos zile za, sunajua zile thermoses zile za family get together. Zile kubwa.
Yeah.
And where was I going with this?
Sidetracked. I
Yeah,
don't know where you were going with this.
In as weird, difficult, unrealistic as it seems, whatever God asked you to do, step out in confidence and do it. I know people looking at you like, what is he doing? Let's say you're struggling in education wise. Let's say you don't have the best grades that you had thought that you'd get. Then while other people, especially for people who are in boarding, I know people who are in boarding will see this baadaye, but whenever you see this, because trust me, the internet does not forget and it will never forget us. Whenever your friends are going to sleep, let's say at 9, and you go to sleep at 10, you spend 1 extra hour reading. People will be like, Sasa, you're reading thinking that it will do something.
People say that a lot.
That you are reading thinking to do something, although it sounds like they have a point, yeah, all this time I've been reading and nothing's happening, you keep on doing that. Because that, God will see whatever you like have purpose in your heart. Like you have sacrificed the sleep that you could get, that 1 hour of sleep, to at least better yourself in something. And God will see that and He will reward you for it. I didn't know I had such solid points. Trust
His
me.
brain is just...
I didn't know. And now, the part you've all been waiting for. Get ready to rumble. Get ready for the miracle. At this point number 3.
Yeah.
Get ready for the miracle.
I'll come.
Because you have done this. Paul said this something about I have fought the good fight and blah blah.
I finished the race. I ran with endurance the race that is set. Nope, that's not it. I fought a good fight. I finished the race.
Yeah, there's something about him and reward. Something reward. It's somewhere.
I now press on. Is that the one?
It's somewhere in the book of the Bible. In New Testament, let me make it easier for you. New Testament, somewhere
that helps so much.
Between Acts and Revelation.
And Jude.
And Jude.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this guy called Jude.
Yeah.
Anyway, between Acts and Jude, get ready for the miracle. All that you have done, all that seems crazy in the eyes of man, is actually something that makes sense in the eyes of God. And He'll be like, well, there, mate, I have seen your work, and I have decided to give you a little present. Now, open your arms out wide.
That's not how
Here
God
comes the
talks,
present.
by the way.
He's a loving father, so
yeah,
here
but he
comes the
doesn't.
present. Okay, okay, he doesn't do that, but
if he did that, we would not be friends. Me and him would just not be friends.
Then he like gives you the miracle, like, there you go.
Mic drop.
Peace. Then it disappears or something. In this situation, in this story, the woman, after getting those jars that were empty at that point, she used her. That's why I said you shouldn't feel. She used her little oil. Remember the kataini thing? I have to reference the kataini thing. She used that little oil to fill this, that, and down that you're holding in your hand right now.
This, that, and the third. Nice, right? Yeah.
Monica. Anyway. No, that is excitement for something that is not related to. I have remembered something. Sorry.
You got so excited you even point another camera. Then you're like, oh, nope, brain, that was not the right time. And in reference to what he was talking about, and then kind of where I guess what I've been talking about. When it comes to things like self-love, self-worth, all that jazz, it's a journey. It never really ends, because again, you grow and you change and you develop, and you're put in different situations and all of that jazz. We're not like plants. We're more like animals. Animals adapt, they change. A tree will stay in the same place for the longest time, and all that it will do is grow taller.
Unless it's a pumpkin.
And leaf, yeah. That's true. And so when it comes to
Wait,
waiting
we are
for the
we are
miracle,
animals and pumpkins. Now you can
when it comes to waiting for the miracle, one day you'll wait. Maybe it won't even be one day. Maybe it'll just be over a span of a month, over a span of 3 months. You'll wake up and you'll just look at yourself in the mirror, and you'll realize that you're someone that's just the way you are. You're worthy of love. You're worthy of care. You're worthy of friendship. You're worthy of good things happening to you. And I personally think that's a miracle. Like for me, just like people that are just able to really truly see themselves as having worth, having, I don't know, just like they are it. You know what I mean? Not especially special, like more, not, yeah, not especially special more than other people,
She lost me.
but they know what they're worth and they know what they deserve and they're not going to settle for less. That for me is one of the most beautiful things when it comes to other human beings. So yeah, maybe it won't happen overnight. Maybe it won't even happen for a while. That's okay. Like I said, seek God and ask Him where He wants you to go and who He wants you to be. But one day you're gonna wake up and just gonna look at yourself and be like, damn, look at that. Look at me.
But for also
Wow.
that miracle to happen, you need to do something.
What's that?
I don't know why. Every single time Sarah talks, an idea pops up in my head. I think Sarah has this idea.
It's called
influence
having
thing.
a conversation.
Okay, it's more of getting ideas from
But
whatever
that's
you
what
say.
conversation does.
Okay, for you to get your miracle, you need to do something. I know it sounds like stepping out, but then there's also this. The woman in this story got the jars, Cynthia, but they didn't just fill themselves up, because if God would have decided, like, okay, you got all the jars, you shut the door,
Yep.
all the jars are full. But then she had to pour one after another. So it takes time for like the miracle to be like,
Yeah.
voila, to you. Because, well, it happens. And that idea came from Sarah's speech. Sarah's amazing speech. Sarah, you should actually join Optimus Prime when it comes to giving speeches.
Thank you. That makes me feel so nice. I like Optimus Prime.
Apart from Optimus Prime, he is a miracle in himself. Anyway, what we need to do is take action. Take action in stepping out to achieve the miracle.
Yeah.
If that makes sense to you, thank you for
We talked
understanding.
about this in Fear to Faith. Faith without works is dead. Yeah. You can't just be a sitting duck and wait for things to happen.
In as much as you're studying extra, like an extra hour, you also need to pray to God for you to get the understanding. Because you can read a
And
whole
not
topic
understand
and
anything.
not understand anything, and it happens. Or you read, understand, go to sleep.
Minute.
Wake
Forget
up
it.
tomorrow, format.
Gone.
See now,
Gone.
like you can format your phone or laptop. Hivyo
Factory
imepotea.
reset. Everything gone.
Wewe uko hapo umesoma, let's say people who did bio. I didn't do, but I know what people who did bio do. Let's say you have an essay. You have to write an essay on this thing that
That is in biology.
the name was there, but
And then it just
disappeared.
factory reset.
Dichotomous key. You have to write an essay on that. Then you read thoroughly. Like thoroughly. Oh, unajua, sijui 02, sijui leads to, sijui nini nini. Unajua. Go to sleep. Hivyo tu, kijiamini we ni bazenga. Wake up in the morning. Especially the dichotomous starting shida. You don't remember anything else. That happens, trust me. It happens. But then, you just pray to God like, God, I have taken this extra hour to read. Whatever I have read, let it stick in my mind. Give me understanding and wisdom. In Jesus' name I pray, trust and believe. Amen. It hasn't taken even a minute.
Do this. It will stick.
Don't do that, it won't. Please. Yeah, and that's basically my point on top of the point. So you can call it point 3.5 in this topic.
On point 3. Yep. So that was 1320. Let's bow our heads and pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you that you've blessed us and that you've taken care of us. We thank you for everybody that is watching and everybody that is listening. We pray that, dear Lord Jesus, you will bless them and minister to them. Thank you, dear Lord Jesus, that they join us every single Sunday. That we get to sit and talk with them and have fun. I pray that you will bless them. For all of them that are struggling, I pray that they will see their surplus, that they will receive the blessings that they will receive the blessings that you have in store for them. May you surprise them in incredible ways, and may you continue to show yourself faithful in their lives. I pray that they will seek you and that they will cling close to you, oh God, and that even as their miracle comes, that they will hold on to you, even as you see them through. May you bless each and every one of us and give us an incredible week ahead. In Jesus' name I do pray and believe.
Amen.
Amen.
May your man turn into amen.
Amen, Pastor.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Were you thinking about that one? That was a good one.
What if you said amen?
We hope that your struggle turns into a surplus. We hope that your famine turns into a feast. We hope that your
Very nice.
brokenness turns into a blessing. Help me here.
I was saying,
We hope
okay,
that
like
your-
farming turns into a fun time, anybody.
Stop. I'm trying to bless these people, of course. Yes, we hope that your
Grass turns to grace.
yes. We hope that your poverty turns into prosperity. That one just came to me. That one just came right now. Ooh, yes.
Preach, preacher.
Yeah, we hope that everything that you're going through, that your breakthrough will come soon. And yeah, that the Lord will show himself.
I was supposed to say, we hope that your drizzle turns into a flood, but then a flood is a bad thing, so. A flood of blessings.
Let's say that you're drought. No, but
Drown
drought
in
and
blessings.
drizzle.